EN Marcus Schmieke. Hi, Marcus.
Hi, Frank. Thank you very much.
Good to see you. Can you hear me, Marcus?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't know if we lost the connection. So good to have you, Marcus. As always, in our Frequency Fridays, it's good to hear and see you. And I'm just go ahead and share your thoughts with us. I think everybody's excited to see you again.
Yes, thank you very much. It's already for us, it's the second Frequency Friday session today. And I'm still under this impression of the first one, which was quite exciting. And I in the beginning of the session in the morning, which was 10 o'clock our time, I got a spontaneous idea. Believe me, it wasn't prepared. And I started a series of very small lessons on frequencies, because we are talking about frequencies a lot. And this is actually a Frequency Friday. So I think it's a good idea to talk about what is a frequency. And I want to invite you on a little journey with me from Frequency Friday to Frequency Friday, where, of course, talk about other things also, but especially also we'll always have a small lesson for you, building one upon the other, about some very fundamental terms which we are using, like frequency. What is a frequency? What is a vibration? What means resonance? And what is actually coherence? Because today I will talk about something which we have prepared for a long time, and which really right now starting on Monday. We will start to give to everyone who has a Healy, which is not older than a year, something like 2 years, 2 years, starting like in spring 2019. Whoever has such a Healy, he will get for free a little present from us. Maybe it's a big present, because it's a program called Healy Coherence. And on Monday, we will start to send it out to everyone, but our server's capacity is 10,000 a day. So it will take a little time. Be prepared to wait for maybe 2 more weeks to get your Healy Coherence program. Maybe you get it already on the first day, if you're among the first 10 to 15,000, but it doesn't matter. As soon as you get it, you will also, you will get a push-up message in your Healy app, which will ask you to accept the update. So the update will be that you get this new Healy Coherence program, and with accepting this, you will get an automatic email. And this automatic email will ask you a humble request, because we decided not to sell it as a new program, but to give it as a present for all of you, for your trust in us and staying with us for all this pioneer period. But we give it for free. So just a small thing we are asking for. Maybe you can take 3 minutes of your time and answer on this email which you are getting, which is basically a small pre-post observation study. Pre-post study means we're looking at the situation which you are in now, before you start this intervention of using the coherence program for 2 weeks. And then after, like pre-post, we will ask basically the same questions again and see how, is there a progress, if your well-being increased or whatever. So we have a measure the effectiveness of this intervention. So we really humbly ask you to participate in it, because it could be in this way be one of the biggest observation studies which are taking place, with maybe more than 100,000 sets of data. And this is what we really want and what we really need. We need a systematic feedback from you about how well Healy works for you. And so this is a good basis for us to continue the development. So coherence, the coherence program. So what is it supposed to do? To answer this question, we have to start with what is a vibration. And Frank, I like to please upload this small PowerPoint presentation, which actually was created 1 hour ago because Mikkel, who is my assistant here, and he's doing our laboratory, running our laboratory here in the castle. He actually produced a small PowerPoint presentation for you and for me. So what is a vibration? What is a frequency? This is actually a very simple concept. A frequency is, or a vibration is everything what repeats itself in cycles. That's basically a vibration. You have a certain pattern which repeats again and again, like you see here, this the sinus wave, which goes down and then goes up, and again comes after one period or after one cycle, it comes again to the same position, and then repeats itself again and again. So everything which is periodically happening, which is going through identical cycles, is a vibration. And each vibration has a frequency. It is a physical mathematical property of a vibration. And you can measure a frequency, and that's important because whenever we talk that Healy is delivering frequencies for your life, we're not talking about something esoteric, but actually it's a physical frequency. It's based on the microcurrent which you receive through the cables, and this is modulate. It's a vibration which has a frequency. So you can measure the time which one vibration takes, or the way around, you can measure how many cycles fit in 1 second. And this is the definition of frequency in hertz. For example, this is 1 cycle in 1 second, so it's a 1 hertz frequency. Here is already 2 cycles happening within 1 second, so this is 2 hertz, and here it's twice, and so on and so on. So Healy starts with this very low frequencies. Actually, the lowest frequencies which we apply is 0.1 hertz. So what does it mean? 0.1 hertz means that it takes 10 seconds to complete 1 cycle. Very slow frequency. But this is one of the major frequencies which we find in our heartbeat. So in this very small frequencies, low frequencies below 1 hertz, they are very important in our system. And the heart is very important. It connects the body with the soul, with the mind. It connects the upper part of the body with the lower part of the body. So it's a center. It's like in the old Indian said, it's a 4th chakra. So it's a middle chakra, 3 lower chakras, and 3 upper chakras. We're not in modern science, we don't say chakras, but we actually use different terminology like nervous, like glands, and nervous systems. So they are corresponding to the chakras, and so it all meets in the heart. In the heart, you find all the frequencies in the heartbeat, and if you make an analysis, you find special frequencies which are very low, and they are so important. Actually, they are corresponding to our ability to be active, to create, to be in order and create order. So that's a very simple definition of frequencies, and I expect each member of Healy World to know what is a frequency and what is the definition of frequencies. So a vibration and a frequency has many different mathematical aspects. For example, the wavelengths is what you can measure, or you can derive from the frequency if you know the speed. Like if we have a wave of light, the speed is a speed of light, which seems to be the maximum frequency which we can speed which we can have in the physical world. Of course, the mind is quicker, and there are quantum synchronicities which are quicker. So, but if you want to move, probably the speed of light is the limit, but that's not really a limit for us. So these are basic attributes of frequencies, and the amplitude is very, very important, because the amplitude is how much you can feel the frequency. If we increase the amplitude, means we are increasing the electrical current, then you stronger feel the frequency. So that in order for the frequency to be there, it's not important that you can feel it, that the amplitude is very high, but even especially when the amplitude is very low. For example, now it's easy, I have your intention, but sometimes I'm in a big hall and have 1,000 people, and the 1,000 people, if they start to talk to each other, then what will I do? Will I scream at them? Listen? No, my tactic is different. I will speak slower. I will lower the level of my voice. And then suddenly people start to listen. Oh, is he still speaking? Or maybe something important is spoken about? Yes, if I lower the amplitude, the informational aspect about what I'm speaking becomes more prominent, more important, like in homeopathy. Less amplitude means higher potency, means the information aspect becomes more prominent than the material aspect. And this is what we are really looking for. What is the information behind the frequency? What is the meaning of the frequency? So we don't need amplitude. It's not important to feel it, but it's nice to feel it. So, and we are coming up very soon in the second quarter of this quartal. I don't know what is this in English, it's the second set of 2 months. We will come out with the Healy coil, and the Healy coil, I actually have it with me, hidden here in my jacket. The Healy coil is the possibility to use the Healy without the wires to attach the electrodes to your body, because it uses fields which have a very, very, very low amplitude. They are working on the informational level, but not on the level of creating a force on the electrons of the body or something like this. So amplitude is important, frequency is important, and the wavelength is important also, because the wavelength of a certain vibration corresponds to the size of the parts of your body to which it goes into resonance. And here with resonance, we have one of the next important steps. But before talking about resonance, I like to talk about eigenfrequencies, which are also called resonance frequencies. Eigenfrequencies are the natural frequencies of a system. Like if you have a string and a guitar, and you I don't know what's the English term, you play it, then you get the natural frequency of this string and its harmonics. The harmonics is natural frequencies which go along with a certain frequency. It's like the second or the third harmonic have double or triple type of the frequencies. And it's really the harmonics which creates a tone, which creates a music. That's so important. If you apply, for example, a frequency of 40 hertz, very important frequency, then this frequency creates the second harmonic, which is 80 hertz, a third harmonic which is 120 hertz, and then a fourth harmonic which is 160 hertz. And within one frequency, which we are applying with the Healy, we create all the harmonics, and that's important. So we go high up. Healy actually goes up to 1 megahertz, and the harmonics even higher. So we are using the slow frequencies, but also the high frequencies. And the eigenfrequencies are frequencies in which a system is very stable. It can basically, if a frequency system, a vibration is in its natural frequency or its eigenfrequency, without putting force or any energy into it, it will just stay in this. So it's very stable. But it's not just about stability. Here again, normally actually this graphics would be animated, but somehow Webinar Jam doesn't allow the animation. This resonance frequencies are those frequencies in which it's the most easy to exchange energy and information with a system. On the one side, the resonance frequencies are the stable frequencies, but if you communicate with this kind of frequencies with the system, which if you use its eigenfrequencies or resonances, then you can communicate with the system. You can talk to the human body on different wavelengths and frequencies, and these are the resonances. So resonances are so important, and if you use the right resonances, you can help a system to get into coherence. And this is the last term I like to use now. And this is the actual term right now, very important in Healy world, because we are releasing the coherence program. So we were looking for a picture which could explain coherence. And here it's a bridge. I don't know if it's a Golden Gate Bridge, but it looks like a large bridge. So what are the two qualities which a bridge needs? Okay, it needs to be stable, but it has to be flexible. If it wouldn't be flexible, it would break with the first challenge. And there are lots of challenges like earthquakes or a storm, a wind, a hurricane, or just the natural movements, the cars driving on it, or people going with a certain resonance frequency. So it needs stability on the one side. And on the other side, it needs flexibility. It needs openness. It needs to be able to cope with challenges, to react in a flexible way. And this is coherence. Coherence means you are in the golden ratio in between structure and order and stability, identity on the one side. This is normally the right side, the right wing. And on the other side, you have flexibility, you have openness towards the future, and you have flexibility, and you're looking for change. But life means both. So life exists in the golden ratio between these two poles. Like in the political system, you have more the right wing. In America, it's very simple. There are the Republicans and the Democrats, and actually there are two poles of the same scale. There need to be the structure and order side, and there needs to be the liberal side, which is open towards changes, which is embracing the challenges of the future. But you need both together in a golden ratio, and that's actually coherence. And in the coherence program, we have put together 216 frequencies. 216 frequencies, which according to a very simple mathematical model, which was originally created by Pythagoras himself, which is a musical scale, which has been hypothesized by Dutch scientists on the basis of lots of research, to be 216 resonance frequencies of the universe, and they call them the coherent frequencies. So this coherence program consists on 216 of those, exactly those one between 0.1 hertz and 1 megahertz on the other side. So that's something exciting coming, and I recommend to you, if you get this coherence frequencies on your Healy, try them for 2 weeks and see what happens. And before, fill the questionnaire, and afterwards fill the questionnaire, and you will become a participant in a scientific, very important scientific research. Yeah, so this was my first small little lesson. In the academy, you will find the slides, and next Frequency Friday, there will be the next lesson based on this, so that we can progress from time to time. So I just want to use the little time I still have. Frank, please give me the second presentation to make 2 or 3 announcements, because today is the Frequency Friday, and that's a good basis for tomorrow, Saturday, which is a full moon. Yes, that's the right slide. Tomorrow is the World of Consciousness Conference 2021. We had it already 2019 and 2018 on stage in Bad Nauheim, with 700 people attending from more than 50 countries all over the world, with amazing speakers. So it's all about the celebration of consciousness tomorrow. And we want to invite you on a journey which starts with science and it ends with experience, with emotional and inner experience of what it means to be consciousness yourself, to what it means to be yourself. For this, we have invited 2 spiritual leaders. One is from a very old yoga tradition, but very modern. It's Eddie Stern from New York. I met him in 2005 when he had a really like cutting edge yoga center in central Manhattan in New York, and having lots of celebrities as his yoga students. But now his vision is that he can provide yoga not only to elite, but to as many people in the world. So he's offering big free yoga sessions every day. It's an amazing speaker, and it's an amazing yoga teacher. And he will guide us on a meditation, but he will also explain to us how, through one of the most important frequencies in our organism, which is the frequency of our breathing, just becoming aware about breathing, becoming aware about the frequency of breathing, how much it can change everything within our brain, everything within our consciousness. So that's just one highlight. So be there tomorrow at 10 o'clock Central European time, or at 6 o'clock p.m. Central European time, either depends on where you're living on the planet. Would be so happy. It will be around 2 hours, but they're amazing speakers from all over the world. So this is something coming up tomorrow. Today actually is the first day you can register for the seminar, which I have announced last Frequency Friday. So it has been a period of pre-registration, but everyone who has pre-registered, please again visit this website here for the seminar, Expansions of Quantum Theory Towards Consciousness. Sounds a little academic, and it is supposed to be an academic seminar hosted by the Dev Sanskriti University at the feet of the Himalaya Mountains. This is an official announcement of this online seminar, which is a university certificate seminar. So if you have any academic background, or you're a student, or you're a practitioner, that's also great, because we not only count academic qualification, but also practical qualification. And if you are dealing with, as a practitioner, with patients and clients every day, using frequencies, using other therapies, this is as good as any academic qualification. So you can join by just clicking here and going into the registration formula. So I'm personally looking very much forward to facilitate this seminar, and I've invited 6 amazing professors and personalities from all over the world, starting with Dr. Pandya, who is a co-vice president of the university which is hosting it, but having amazing speakers like Pavel Pilkanen. He's a student, he was working with David Bohm, who Albert Einstein considered his spiritual son. Actually, today I'm dressing my Einstein t-shirt, which is one of my favorite, because it shows, I don't know if you can see it, Albert Einstein as a real punk. You know, and Albert Einstein probably didn't have tattoos, but he didn't need tattoos to be a punk. He was a punk in physics. He revolutionized physics from 2 sides, which actually contradict each other. Quantum theory from the one side, this is where he got the Nobel Prize for, and theory of relativity from the other side. And he introduced in 1 year to 1905 2 major revolutionary theories in physics, which actually until today contradict each other. So he's keeping us physicists really in a paradox tangent. He's a real punk, but he's a great role model for me, because he knew what it means to take responsibility also for your scientific research. It's not that a scientist can just come out with a formula and say, oh, that's I have nothing to do with, it's not my responsibility. But those people who discovered theory of relativity and quantum physics, actually that's the basis of the mass destruction weapons which we have on our planet nowadays. And they were very much aware about the responsibility. In the same way, we have a very, very powerful technology in our hands called Healy, because it uses frequencies, and frequencies are so fundamental for matter and for life. but this I will talk in the next lesson about. So if you feel qualified, please join the seminar, which starts on 9th of April, and we'll have once a week, Friday afternoon, European time, we'll have a lesson of one of these great professors. So I think that's it. I didn't speak about a Healy coil too much because it will come soon actually, I'm not supposed to say when, but it's coming in the second quarter of this year, and you will be amazed about applying frequencies also without cable, with a weak physical field, which couples with the fields of your body. So you can look forward, but for now, I wish you a great experience with the Healy Coherence program, and I ask you, please share your experience with us.
Well, thank you very much, Marcus. There is one thing we both have left to do. Would you like to share our beautiful coherence video accompanying our new program with our listeners today?
Yes, I think this is really good. Thank you to remind me, because I was stressing your minds today with not really formulas, but with some technical graphs. So that's one approach to what is a coherence going through the left side of your brain. But fortunately, there are not only left side brainies like me, but also right side brainies like Warren Williams, who will be also on our call. And he just took 2 days to produce this video for you. And I think it, in an emotional brain side way, will give you an idea what coherence is all about.
When all forms of life embody their purest truth and their divine purpose, the stars align and suddenly shine brighter. The air intoxicates, sunshine illuminates, and that warm embrace ignites every molecule and every atom. Inspiration is set free. This harmony becomes certainty, and the universe surrenders. Coherence is born.
I'm really loving it when it says, and the universe surrenders. This is a very strong statement, but this is a power of it's a power of coherence to bring things together. And coherence, this was the last sentence you could read. Coherence, it starts with you. And this is really, it shows us the power which we carry as an individual, because if you yourself are coherent, means you're a unity of body, mind, and soul. You are truly what you are. You are in your own identity, and in the same time, you're communicative. You are open towards the others. You're sharing, and you participate in the sharing of energies. Then you make such a difference to your environment. And this is really what with Healy World we want to do. We want to be this highly energetic individuals which are sharing, which are participating in a society of like-minded people, and they will be shining in this world, and they will, through their resonance, spread this positive energy. So thank you very much, Ron. This is really a nice way to show what coherence is.
Thank you very much, Marcus. And you said once, if one of us is coherent, all of the other people around us will become coherent one by one as well. So it's a very nice thought. Thank you very much, Marcus, for joining us today, for sharing this with us, and also thank you very much for giving this coherence program to all of us as a gift and also as a basis of further scientific research. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.